Leavenworth Softball on PTV is presented by Junebug Yearbook. I'm David Kemp alongside John Casper, and we have some afternoon softball for you here today. Leavenworth Pioneers take on the 16-1 Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. And the first pitch in from Scully is called for ball one. Scully, the 1-0. This one hit sharply into the gap. Leadoff single gets a runner aboard for the Bobcats. Sam Schultz steps into the batter's box now, the starting shortstop on the day. That one's up high. Leavenworth Pioneers coming off a tough matchup against Topeka High. That one's inside. They lost both legs of the doubleheader on the road yesterday, but the last time they were here at home, they swept Washington, mercy ruling them both times on senior night. Scully, the delivery, shows bunt, pulls back for ball two. Bobcats, since losing their opening game of the season against Shawnee Heights back on March 31st, have gone on a 16-game winning streak. Called strike one as Scully avoids walking Schultz on 4 straight pitches. We'll do it again. Runner on first, nobody out. Pitch from Scully. Swung on and hit sharply just outside the reach of Miller. Throw in from Rubhausen, cut off. Runners at second and third. First time in the booth here with Casper. John, Basehor-Linwood has definitely done a good job of squaring up the baseball here early.
Yeah.
That one driven out to right field. Back at the track is V-Hill. It is over her head for extra bases. Gathering it and throwing it in. And into third with a 2 RBI triple is Trinity Dieters. That's just such a good piece of hitting, John. Just to stay within that ball. Scully trying to pump the heat by her, but she stayed in on that a little bit late on it, but just drives it to the opposite field, keeping it fair. Scully from the circle. 2-0 deficit already. Another line drive up the middle right at Bachman. Tagging at third and headed back in there safely. Not trying to risk the throw. First out of the inning.
Next one went swinging first. They get some good hits and good contact.
One away now. Scully finally finding a little bit of a rhythm. Pitch. Chopped on the ground to third, over by the Pioneer dugout. Basehor-Linwood in that 16-game streak, they've won their last 3 games by a combined score of 29-5. So they definitely pour on the runs. 0-2 now. Scully trying to work out of some early trouble, keeping the damage at a minimum. Scully comes home with it. Little bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bobcats, green tops, green bottoms with the white socks, pinstripes, and Bobcats in yellow across the chest. Line drive out to right field. V-Hill under it, and it will fall just inside the line. Fair. Runner advances to second on the one-out double. And after getting ahead 0-2, Scully gives up the extra base hit. John, those are the at-bats that you really just have to finish off if you're able to get ahead.
Yeah, with the right fielder, gotta make that play, you know.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That ball was up there in the air for a long time. And she's been getting a lot of work in here early. Giving her some reps are the Bobcats. Scully with one away. That one is high.
Only one out here. The Pioneers gotta find an out here.
Line drive out to right. Vigil more attempts there. That one thankfully fell foul. So Murphy will go back in there to do it again. One ball and one strike. Throw goes back down to second. Defensive alignment today for the Pioneers, trying something a little different. They've got Kylie Simpson over there at second. She has spent a little bit more time at short this season. Kendall Diven behind the plate. Throw down to second. Will get into center field. Bachman sends it back in. 3-0 lead already for the Bobcats. Only one away, trying to grow that here. 2 balls and 1 strike. High. Around the diamond for Leavenworth. Pitch. Lined out to right. V-Hill trying to make a play on it again. This time bobbles it, and it will get down. And
Man, you gotta make that play right there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree with that foul call, John. She caught it well into fair territory and just kind of walked it in there and dropped before dropping it on the ground. But nonetheless, full count. Fouled away. Will do it again.
Well, regardless, it saved the run. So.
3-2. Runner at second. Scully looking to retire Murphy on the payoff pitch. Here she comes. Outside for ball 4. And the Bobcats now have 2 on, 1 away. That will hand the baton over to Lucy Ross. Line drive to the opposite field, foul. Pioneers still searching for their first conference win. And as we start getting a little bit later into the season, that's something they'd rather get sooner rather than later. Line drive out to center. Hangs up there just long enough for Lucy Pennington to make the play. 2 gone. Good piece of defense there. Now with 2 away. Only 3 have come across the score. Definitely not something impossible to come back from. First pitch misses high. Up around the neckline. Lexi Saltz chopped hard down to third and outside the reach of Ormsby. 1-1, count even, 2 away. Beckard waits on deck. Pitch. Inside. That one looked like it jammed her. That one's got a sting on a chilly day like this. Pitch from McKenna Scully. Hard on the ground, just outside of the reach of Ormsby. Coming home to score. Play at the plate is not in time. RBI double keeps the line moving for the Bobcats. It's now a 4-1 ball game with runners at second and third, or 4-0 ball game. That is the fourth extra base hit of the inning for the Bobcats. Swing and a miss. Oh and 1, swung on and missed. Count goes to 0 and 2 on Avery Beckard. Batting in the 9-hole today. Dealing. And that one will hit her to load the bases up. Lineup flips over. Ella Lone getting her chance to hit now. She singled in her first at bat as the lineup card flips over. First offering. Inside for ball 1. Pitch. Chopped on the ground again. 1 and 1. Leavenworth looking to extend their 2-game home win streak. Feels like they play really well here. Every single time we come out to the ballpark, they seem to put on good numbers. And under the glove of Pennington, the error will score 2, maybe 3. And as Beckard comes home to score, the bases clearing double, or we'll say that was an E6 as it kind of got right under the glove of Pennington. Hard hit ball. It's a tough play, but it's one we need to make.
Yeah, it's just those plays, bunch of plays that you just gotta make. Okay, 7.
Runner at second. 7 have come across to score so far. As with the bases loaded, Lown just cleared them. Another one chopped on the ground to third. Ormsby can't come up with it. Luckily, just a bit foul. Basehor-Linwood has done a good job of smoking the ball. Just feels like there's been so many plays where they're putting it in play, and if the Pioneers play flawless defense, they can get those outs. But when you're hitting it harder than they've seen against any other opponent this year, it's hard to have the reaction time to get those balls. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scully still hunting for that final out. Called strike. Count goes even, 2 and 2. Scully kicks and deals in the dirt. We'll do it again. Count runs full. The payoff. Hit on a line out to Rubhausen. Down to a knee. She will throw it to the cutoff. RBI double makes it 8-zip. And the Bobcats are just pouring it on hot here today. I will say it's still early, John, but this is a hard deficit to come back from. The last thing you want to do in the first inning is dig yourself into an 8-0 hole before your offense even gets a chance to fight back.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, David. 8 runs, lot back, but certainly possible. Like,
Foul tip back into the net.
almost hit the camera right there.
Yeah, giving the screen a little bit of a shake. Scully looking for that put away. 2 strikes, 2 gone. The pitch on the ground to Pennington. Should be a routine play over there at first. Good dig over there by Miller. And the Pioneers will head back to the dugout to get the bats out. But not before the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats strike first for 8 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half, 8-0. Yeah, I think he just got it. Kendall Divin trying to get the bats going for the Pioneers. They trail in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Divin. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. Pioneer dugout not phased at all after that rocky first inning. They are still hyping their team up. Blooper into foul territory. Falls right in between a triangle of Bobcats. And now the count runs to 0-2. Good job on Divin getting her timing right. Making contact. Hopefully she can score one up here.
It's out.
0-2. Bobcats leading. Thought about it. Checked her swing. Count runs to 1-2 on today's starting catcher. It's not too often you see a catcher batting leadoff, but Divin has provided some solid production from the plate. Not to mention the speed, another thing that's a little bit rare to see out of a backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Divin fights back to even the count. Rubhausen on deck in the 2 spot. That's something a little bit different. Fouled back again. I think it's good on Sloan to mix things up a little bit, especially after a day like yesterday when you got beat twice on the road. Just getting back at home, feeling a little more comfortable, mixing up the lineup card a little bit can really help to get an offense going. 2-2. Popped up. Should be a routine play in foul territory. And making the play over there is number 13, Addison Murphy. 1 gone now for the Pioneers. Now the senior, number 12, Ramsey Rubhausen, getting her chance to take some hacks here. The pitch shows bunt, and it will roll foul. Ella Loon is over there at second. At first is Addison Murphy. Shortstop today is Steinger. Or excuse me. Shortstop is Schultz. And the third baseman is Trinity Dieters. With Lindsey Kuzmi on the mound. No balls and two strikes on Rubhausen. Keeps the bat on her shoulder, watches one pass high. Kuzmi just seems to be pounding the fastball right now, and I don't blame her. Pioneers haven't really shown any kind of willingness to go after it. Called strike three sends Rubhausen packing, and now Pennington will step into the batter's box with two gone and nobody on. Backwards K, the first of the game. That one fouled off by Pennington and got a piece of the umpire. That one's got to hurt. So the Pioneers falling behind early. It's nothing they can't come back from. We've seen them put up huge innings in the past. They just had a 9-run inning against Washington the last time they were here at home. And so we know they can do it. But I think for me, John, you've just got to chip at it a little bit at a time. If you can just have that next man up mentality in the batter's box, just get on base and let the girls behind you take their swings.
Yeah, I totally agree, David. We just need singles and doubles. We don't gotta go for the home run bombs.
Yeah. Don't swing out of your shoes. Nothing crazy. Just put the ball in play, and something good will happen.
Hopefully an error if you hit it to someone too. So anything but striking out.
Anything but striking out. You can't keep that bat on your shoulder. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pennington taking a big cut at that one. 2 gone in the frame. Here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts gets Kuzmi out of the inning. We go to the top of the second. Bobcats in front.
Wait, okay.
That one is low to start the top of the second. Grounder up the middle, just under the glove of Pennington. Base hit will lead off the inning. And it feels like a little bit of deja vu, John, just getting things started right where they left off.
Yeah, Pioneers having a hard time getting the glove on the ground and just picking up that ball.
Yeah, again, it's the routine plays. When you're making errors consistently, that's going to kill you. That one was a little bit outside the reach of Pennington, though, so to show some grace, that one scored a error or a base hit. So the leadoff single puts a runner on for Kuzmi. Or excuse me, Dieters. Dieters at the box. Out to Pennington, possible double play ball. Flip to Simpson, and a dirty slide seemed to get her ankles. Took her a while to get that ball out. No sign from the umpire. So that one will be scored a fielder's choice.
Bro, regardless of the play, it's good to get that first out of the inning.
Swing and a drive out to right. That one is a one hopper to the fence. The one out double sends Dieters to third. Kuzmi in scoring position now. Or excuse me, Murphy in scoring position. Pitch. Lucy Rose at the plate. That one is high for ball two. So tagging over there at first to make sure that one didn't get caught was Kuzmi. That one gets hit in left field. Another run comes across the score for the Bobcats. 9-2 ball game. 9-0 ball game in the second inning.
It's not looking good, David.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a beatdown. Lots of encouraging things for the Pioneers this season. They're a young team. That one gets ripped up the middle. Another run comes across the score, 10-0. They're a young team, and so the future is a lot of their priority. But as far as this season goes, they have not given too much optimism. They have played in some good games. They've looked really good at times, but are still looking for that first conference win. Pennington getting the force out at third and having to do it herself there. I'm not quite sure what was going on over there by the bag. Ormsby took a few steps inside and never went back to cover. That's got to be frustrating for a player like Pennington who knows the game so well, because with the third baseman who's doing her job, that could have been a double play, inning ending. Instead, only two are gone.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. You gotta know your job if you're playing. If you're in the game, you gotta know what to do. Can't make mistakes like that.
So now with two away, this one gets hit on the ground. Rubhausen, the throw in is going to go way offline. Runners hit second and third.
Appreciate it. Oh, they didn't? We go to Sonic or something. I'll buy you some.
Pitch.
They only $4.
Strike. Fouled back into the net. Our camera keeps on climbing higher and higher as we keep on getting those foul balls coming back. 11-0. Runners at second and third after another double. Fly ball out to right center. Bachman diving play, can't come up with it. Two more come across to score, 13-0. Bobcats are laying it on thick.
Well, a little. I like the effort there.
Back-to-back doubles flips the lineup card over. Scully still looking for that final third out. Each of the first two batters she faced are gone, but after a barrage of hits with 3 straight doubles, Basehor-Linwood has really just been pouring it on. Pitch on the ground to third. Should be a routine out. 13-0 the score as we go to the bottom of the second. Pioneers looking to fight back. Pioneers trailing as we come into the bottom of the second. David Kemp here in the booth alongside John Casper. On the mound for Basehor-Linwood is Lindsay Kuzme, and she has no trouble on that first pitch. Called for a ball. She offered to Scully. That one misses low. So far, Kuzmi is perfect on the day. 3 up, 3 down, including 2 strikeouts, something that Scully on the Pioneer side is yet to do. 2 balls and 1 strike. Emphatic call by the umpire there. Scully at the plate. Ormsby on deck. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Scully will take a few practice cuts. Pioneers looking to crawl back into this game. Pitch. Swung on and popped up our way. That one will get all the way over towards the baseball bleachers. Thankfully, everyone's okay out there. 2-2. Scully's made some good contact in this at-bat. She just hasn't quite gotten her timing right. The offering. High and outside. Bearing down. The pitch. Swung on opposite field. That will get out of play. Nobody out, nobody on. McKenna Scully started the day on the mound trying to give herself some run support. Another foul ball, and our camera has gotten plenty of beatings here today.
And you love to see the fight from McKenna.
Yeah, just staying alive in a tough at-bat. She fell behind early, but has kept herself in it.
This has definitely been the best at bat for the Pioneers so far.
2-2. Hit sharply on the ground to short. Throw on to first is in time for the out, but it's good to see some hard contact on that play. 6-3 put out. Retires Scully. as the Bobcats head coach will go out there to have a chat with her starter. Looks like we've got a pitching change here in the first city. Bobcats will pull Kuzmi after she starts the game 4 up, 4 down. We will take a quick break. We'll be back in a sec.
Pretty about stadium.
Yeah, I love going to games. I've been to one after. I will say, like, the stadium itself is pretty cool, but the fans are so. Like, the Astros have had the best regular season crowd. And it was even, like, against the Rangers. And against.
Yeah, I've only been to the Astros game. Didn't need them more. But I always go. I go every time. Uh,
80 Sadie Ormsby, the first batter the new arm for the Bobcats will face. Nobody on, one away here in the bottom of the second. Basehor-Linwood in cruise control right now. 13-0. Swung on and chopped over to third. Throw on to first is in time. 2 gone. Hate having to talk about this so early on, but just a refresher on the mercy rules. If we've played 3 full innings, then 15 is the cap. Once we make it to 5, then the game will end with as little as a 10-run gap. Basehor-Linwood could put 2 across in the top of the third, and that would put the Pioneers in danger of the run rule. They'd like to avoid that, though, and keep this game going on. They'll need to get on base to do that. 5 up, 5 down to start the ball game. Definitely something they need to work on. The pitch, opposite field, right at the first baseman, as Steiniger is able to, as Steiniger is able to make that catch. We go to the third, 13-0. Bobcats lead going into the third. They've got a chance to put a lid on this one early. Pioneers sending Scully back out there to try and fan the flames. Up the middle, and for the third inning in a row, the Bobcats get things started with a base hit. Kuzmi getting aboard with the single. A little bit of confusion about the base runners. But now getting in is the Bobcats' designated hitter. Runner at first. Scully offers right back where it came from. Runners first and second now. This game has been nothing but Bobcats so far. Pioneers running out of time to fight back. Bobcats will send a pinch runner in there for Kuzma. Addison Murphy now in the right-handed batter's box, getting her third look at Scully. Didn't like that look. Comes inside and hits her. She reaches base for the third time in as many plate appearances. And now the bases are loaded up with nobody out. This is a pretty bad way to start the inning if you're Scully. You don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, but I would say that Bobcats don't need walks when they can just rip the ball up the middle and get hit by pitches. And so now, after going station to station, there is green jerseys at every base. Leavenworth Pioneers in the home whites here today. The pitch. Swung on right back up the middle, force out at home. Good job making the out there, but the bases remain loaded. One away now, and Lexi Saltz will step into the box. Bases still loaded up. Scully trying to work out of danger. Double play is in order, though. Skipped in there, about a foot in front of the plate. Runners at every base for the Bobcats. And a pinch runner will come into the ball game. John, this kind of just feels like adding insult to injury. We know we're beating you by 13, but let's just put someone in to stall the time and drag this game out longer. Leavenworth needs to keep this deficit right where it's at if they're going to come back.
It's okay.
Bobcats have him loaded. Count is even. Scully, the offering. Misses low. 2-1 now. Lexi Saltz has already come to the plate twice. She doubled in each of her previous at-bats. Another one misses low. Nowhere to put her. Scully has to throw a strike right here. Three and one. The payoff is ripped on a line out to left center, and that will leave the yard for a grand slam. Basehor-Linwood has blown this game wide open, or they probably did like 2 innings ago, as that one got out of here in a hurry. 17 runs, all earned, charged to McKenna Scully. And this is This is not the kind of game we were hoping for when we showed up to the ballpark, John. They still have the nightcap. You know how softball can be. You're just not feeling it for one game, but then you come back out the next. And so make sure we'll be at the baseball field actually to call that one, but check back in. We will be giving score updates. 17-0, only one gone. If the Pioneers were to end this inning without scoring any runs, the game would end right here. Keep in mind, that was the 8-hole hitter for the Bobcats who took Scully Yard. Just when you think you get out of the heart of the lineup, things can go wrong. 2-1. Swung on a line out to center, and the Bobcats have gone back to back. Another bomb, and back-to-back jacks from the 8 and 9 spots in the lineup. Becker comes home and will tap the plate. Basehor-Linwood raining fire down on the Pioneers, and this is not pretty. 18-0, top of 3. First home run of the season for Becker. Back-to-back jacks bring 5 home in 2 at-bats. Pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. If this game doesn't end soon, I think it's just a little bit about like how much mercy the Bobcats are willing to show. When you're in a situation like this, John, I feel like running up the score is a little bit just disrespectful. Bobcats just playing their game, another base hit. Up the
Yeah.
middle.
Maybe a little bit, but. Oh,
And taking second on the air. Runner at second. 18-0 ball game. Lown has reached base in all 4 plate appearances. Pioneers just literally cannot get her out. That one a called strike. Pitch. Throw on to second and into center field. What are we doing? Top 3, still only 1 gone. Bobcats have hit more home runs in this inning than outs recorded. Ormsby gathers, throw on to first, will get her in time. And now 2 have been retired. Runner moves up to third. 5-3 put out after a little bit of a bobble. And now the lineup card is completely flipped, with Trinity Dieters getting her first AB of the inning. Pitch to Dieters. Called strike 2. Runner at third. Scully keeping an eye on her. Fly ball out to right center. It will hang up there just long enough for Vigil, but it goes over her head. I think she lost it in the sun. And the RBI triple makes it 19-0 Bobcats. You got a gift there. Just a routine pop-up that would have gotten you out of the inning. And instead, the Bobcats just continue to keep the rally going.
Yeah, you gotta track that. You gotta. It's up in the air.
I mean, at this point, you can't even be mad at the Bobcats for running up the score because they've given the Pioneers chances to make outs. The problem is we just haven't gotten it done.
2 errors.
Two gone. The 20th run of the ball game is waiting on third. In the dirt. Pioneers would have to score 5 in the bottom of the inning to just keep the game going, which is no small task considering they're yet to record a hit. Inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Kuzmi led off the inning with a single. In the dirt, ball 4, runners at the corners. This is the 3rd inning of play, and in all 3 innings, the Bobcats have batted around. They've done it every time.
Don't gotta swing it. It can walk.
Swung on right back up the middle. Simpson makes the force play at second, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Basehor-Linwood Bobcats, 19. Leavenworth Pioneers, 0.
Okay. Who's keeping score? I don't know. We had a practice. Oh, there you are. Re-enter everybody.
He thinks I'm like a big dog. Doing it for
Whatever she is. One. Maybe.
7, 8, 9 going for the blue and white. Bachman, Vigil, and Simpson. Pioneers have to push 5 across just to keep this contest going. Avery Spellman on the hill, or in the circle. Not much of a mound here on the softball diamond. Bachman in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Spellman is high. The other one misses low. Count is 2-0. That one a called strike. Good strategy from Bachman, just telling her, you gotta throw me something in the zone. And finally, Spellman's able to find the strike zone. Swing and a miss to bring us back even. Chillier day, 56 degrees and cloudy. That temperature's only going to drop as we go deeper into the evening. Full count on number 2. Pioneer dugout sure hope so. Pitch to Bachman. Swing and a miss. Dropped 3rd strike. Tag applied. She is gone. 3rd K of the day for the Bobcats. First strikeout for Avery Spellman since she came in with one gone in the second. Charlie V. Hill getting her chance to hit. Swung on and missed. Pioneers trail by a fortune. Pop up to second. V. Hill retired. And now the 9-hole hitter, Kylie Simpson, looks to flip the lineup card over for the first time here today. The offering is high. Simpson is a good person to have in the bottom of the order just trying to get on base. She's got that low stance. It's hard for pitchers to find the strike zone against her. She's definitely someone that strikes me as attacking the ball. This one on to third. Throw on to first will be in plenty of time. And the Pioneers get no hit against the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. 19-0 your final score. This one has been shortened via the mercy rule. We will have game 2 of the doubleheader on this field in a little bit, but our next telecast will be at 6:30 when the Leavenworth Pioneer baseball team hosts the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats varsity baseball team. John, thoughts on today's performance?
Oh, just straight up ugly. Errors, a lot of contact, a lot of walks.
Yeah, and it feels like the Pioneers have been building momentum here lately, especially the last time we saw them at home when they just really brought the Wildcats to the woodshed. But tonight it seemed like it was Basehor-Linwood's turn to turn that back on us.
I mean, Basehor is a really good team, 16-1, very hard to win against. So tough opponent. But
Final score here in UKC action, 19-0. Pioneers still hunting for that first conference win. They do not get it in the early game. Hopefully they can turn their fortunes around in the